Hey team, Uwe Jacobs, property strategist from Property Friends. Just dropped something on the floor. There you go. Yeah, look, I wanted to give a bit of an update on a topic that's very dear to my heart. You see, I ran a masterclass this week on the topic of can you get an ROI, a return on investment, or an IRR, internal rate of return of 100% on a property investment. And my statement to those out there was, those who say it can't be done shall not stand in the way of the ones doing it. Bold statement, I understand that. Now, it never ceases to amaze me. I was talking to a gentleman during the week, and our discussions were a bit philosophical around the subject. Would you ask somebody who makes 50,000 how to make 250,000? And the answer quite clearly is no, because if that person was to make $250,000, they could give you counsel, they could give you ideas. But if they don't make 250,000 themselves, how the hell can they talk from a base of experience? They can't. So yeah, in the case that I'm referring to, we sat down, I found out what the 3 points that we always start off with. 1, where are you at? 2, where do you want to go? And 3, what's the best way of getting there? And that to me is the very basis, it's the very starting point. And this is where 95% of people go wrong. They think property investment is a good idea. They look at a property somewhere close to where they live, and that's it. Now, Warren Buffett, I think, was the one who said, you can't control your money until you can control your emotions. So let's get the emotions out of the way. Let's look at where's the best place to invest. And that again goes back to where am I at and what do I want to achieve, because it goes back to strategy. Anyway, so I suggested to this gentleman, okay, you want to have choices in retirement, you want to leave a legacy. I get that, similar to myself. Now, that means we have to invest according to that strategy in XYZ place. He says, I don't like XYZ place, it's too far away. I say, well, you want to be an investor or you want to be running a hobby? I treat investment as a business. And when you're in business, leave your emotions at the door when you enter your office. Anyway, so had a long discussion. He said, no, I don't want to go too far north Australia. Far North Queensland, that was my suggestion. He says, what about Tassie? I said, what about Tassie? Tassie is about an hour's worth of flight. $50, you're there. You can fly out in the morning. You'll be back in the afternoon. We said, okay. So I go do a bit of running around, do my thing, come up with 3 options. Beautiful deal. And then I get a text, no, I don't want to do Tassie. My question to you is, if you have a heart problem and you go and see the heart specialist, and the heart specialist says, well, my friend, we need a pacemaker. Would you turn around and say, you know what? I'm just going to lose a couple of kilos. I'll be all right. It doesn't make sense, does it? So when you consult with somebody who is a specialist in the area, doesn't it make sense to take their suggestions? I ran a masterclass this week, I started to allude to it, where we discussed, is it possible to do an ROI of 100%? Is it possible to get a return on investment in a year on a property investment where I get 100% return? Now, 98% of people will tell you not possible. And what I say to those people is, those who say it can't be done shall not stand in the way of those that are doing it. It is possible. Yes, it's not simple. Yes, it's not easy. And yes, you have to know where to go, what to do, and how to do it. But it is entirely possible. I can prove that any time of the day. We've done it, we're doing it now, and what the heck. But if you want to be managing money, learn to manage your emotions. That's the big message that I wanted to give today. Sorry, it turned out to be a bit of a rant. You can make very good money with real estate investment with a very low risk profile. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You need to know where to look, what sort of deal to do, and how to execute that deal. But before that, you need to be clear on where are you at, where am I going, and then only can you develop the strategy. And the strategy should always be followed. I see too many people that are emotional investors that run around, pick up the last fad, and go with the bellhop syndrome. The bellhop syndrome is very simple. When the lift operator, the bellhop, tells me, you know what? Property investing is a good thing. You gotta get in that. That's when I get out. That's another Warren Buffett. I like the man. When others are greedy, be fearful. When others are fearful, be greedy. So, 2021 is a year for me to be greedy. I invite you to join me. Any questions? Go at the bottom of the website, book a discovery session. Have a good weekend, and overall, and moreover than anything else, have fun. You gotta be in it to win it. Enjoy. Have a good weekend.